Happy Sunday, everybody, and welcome back. Today, I would like to talk a little bit about just kind of a world and Christian view on life, and kind of possibly how we should be trying as Christians to lead a certain type of life, which obviously is going to be very different from what the world expects of us. Of course, in our day and age, that can be very difficult when looking at the life of Jesus and doing something like that. However, I think there's a lot of things that we can focus on as Christians to avoid or try to stay out of that worldly, being a part of the world rather than, of the world rather than in the world concept or whatever that's discussed in the Bible. So, things like gossip, hierarchical drives for power, control, money. All of these factors basically focus us as Christians on the world rather than more on Jesus Christ and God. So of course God and Jesus and the way they view people on earth and whatever their situation is, money, control, power, status, all of that is very different, obviously, than we as humans, hierarchical structure that in general. So, that being said, I wanted to read this passage to you really quick. This is Matthew 6:19 through 21. It says, "Do not lay up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy and where thieves break in and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where moth or rust destroys and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." So ultimately, wherever your focus is, as far as, are we looking forward to the next life, which is eternity, or are we looking for this, and focusing on this life, which is very short, and, a puff of smoke, like it's described. So, I kind of equate it, and I have for many years, is like this life is like riding on a bus, and you're able to look out the window and watch the view go by. So, as a logical person, it's like how much time would you spend, talking to the people around you and fixing up your seat, possibly patching the hole on the seat, doing whatever you can to, make your seat more comfortable or whatever, and just spending a bunch of time doing that, knowing that you're going to be heading, and getting off of that bus soon. So, anyway, some things to think about. Other than that, please like, subscribe, and share this. And have a great day. And hopefully, we'll see you again soon. God bless. Take care.